If you're thinking about extending your home, here's something important you probably haven't been told yet. And it's not about planning permission, it's not about architects, and it's not about builders. It's this. You are about to become the person in charge of a project worth tens, sometimes hundreds of thousands of pounds. You'll be responsible for the budget, you'll be responsible for the decisions, you'll be responsible for keeping it on track, even though you've never done it before. And most people don't realise this at the start. They only realise it once they're already in it. And here's why that matters. Being responsible for something you've never done before doesn't just feel stressful, it costs money. Not because anyone's doing anything wrong, but because decisions get made before you can see what they lead to. Let me give you a very typical example. A homeowner I spoke to recently wants to build a rear extension. Nothing complicated, just a bigger kitchen and more space for family life. They contact an architect, they have a meeting, they talk about how they want the space to feel and what they're hoping to build. The architect asks them about budget and they give a rough number, something they're comfortable with. Then they're told the next step is to get some drawings done, so they agree. They pay for the plans, they start talking about size, about layout, about how big the extension can be. At this point, it feels like they're doing the sensible thing. Because they're still at the early stage and the big decisions will come later. But this is usually the moment where homeowners become responsible for their project without realising it. After the drawings are done, things start to feel more real. The plans come together and they look great. They can finally see the extension on paper, where the kitchen will go, how wide the opening will be, how far it will extend into the garden. There are a few conversations about tweaks, making it slightly bigger, adjusting the layout, moving a wall to improve the flow. And none of those feel like big changes. They're all small improvements. And each time the architect asks something like, "Are you happy with this?" And they are. They're thinking about how the space will feel, about the light, about finally having room for a table big enough for the whole family at Christmas. They're not thinking about structure, or about cost, or about how these decisions might affect anything later. This still feels like design. It still feels early, like the serious stuff comes afterwards. And this is where some of the most important decisions start to get locked in, before homeowners even realise they've started making them. Not long after that, new people get involved in the project. The architect explains that a structural engineer is needed. Someone has to work out, how the extension will actually stand up. So the homeowner agrees and pays for that. The engineer comes back with a few questions about how the extension connects to the existing house, about how wide the opening is, and that leads to some changes and a revised set of drawings. Around the same time, it comes up that the extension is close to the boundary, which means a party wall notice needs to be served to the neighbours. Now that's another cost and another thing to deal with. Then a builder they're speaking to mentions the drains. There's an existing drainage run across the back of the house. The extension is going to be built over it, so a drainage survey is needed before anything can move forward. Now none of these things feel dramatic, but none of them feel optional either. The engineer, the party wall notice, the drainage survey, each one is just something that has to be done. But the homeowner didn't expect any of it, and they didn't plan for the extra time or the extra cost. What felt like a straightforward next step, getting plans drawn, is now a series of invoices, emails and decisions arriving one after the other. Now this is usually the point where homeowners realise they're spending money without knowing what's coming next. As the drawings develop, the homeowner's asked to make more choices. How wide the opening should be between the house and the extension, whether the roof should be flat or pitched, where the roof lights should go and how big they should be. Each decision is shown on a drawing and each one looked at on its own. The question is always the same: are you happy with this? And most of the time the answer is yes. The choices make sense. A wider opening improves the flow between spaces. A flat roof keeps the height down. Extra roof lights mean the room feels brighter. None of the decisions feel risky. They feel like a preference. But what the homeowner can't see is what each change affects. Making the opening wider means more structural support is needed. The roof choice changes how it has to be built. Adding roof lights affects the size and layout of the roof structure. Those knock-on effects aren't talked about at the time. Not because anyone is hiding them, but because they sit across different parts of the project. So the homeowner keeps agreeing to changes, one at a time. Each yes quietly adds cost and complexity to the project, because no one is explaining exactly what those decisions change or what they will add to the cost. A few weeks later, planning permission comes back and it's approved, but there are conditions attached. The architect explains that a couple of details need to be updated before work can move forward. So the drawings are revised, and that takes a couple of weeks. But one of the changes means the structural engineer needs to run additional calculations, and that means another engineer's fee and more time. Around the same point, one of the neighbours comes back with a question about the party wall notice. They're not entirely happy with what's being planned. A party wall surveyor is needed to draw up an agreement, which means more conversations, more time, more cost. And none of this feels like a choice, it's just what has to happen before anything can move on. Now, at this point, the homeowner's not looking at the project as a whole. They're not rechecking whether everything still fits within the budget. They're dealing with what's in front of them. Now, replying to emails, agreeing to the next step, signing things off so the project can keep moving forward to a point where it can actually be built. Each item makes sense on its own, but together they mean more time and more money. Not because the homeowner is choosing to spend more, but because the process is already in motion and these steps are required to keep going. Even when decisions are made calmly, this is where homeowners start reacting to a process that's already moving rather than steering it with a clear view of what's coming next. There isn't actually a single person in charge of your home extension. The architect has a role, the engineer has a role, the council has a role, the builder has a role, but no one is responsible for joining it all together. That responsibility lands with the only person who has to live with the outcome, you. Once you understand that, the experience changes. If you want help getting properly oriented before your project starts, I'm running a free live workshop called How to Start Your Home Extension. In it, I walk you through how the process actually works, what needs to be clear first, and where homeowners usually get caught out. It's not about design or building, it's about understanding what you're stepping into before things start costing money. You can sign up using the link below.